From Gumball watching his own sister vanish before his eyes to holding his best friend as he took his last breath. There are countless reasons why everyone believes the episode, The Disaster, fundamentally broke the Amazing World of Gumball. Today, we're exploring the most psychologically disturbing episode in the entire series, examining how it dismantled every safety net the show ever had. Sure, Gumball's built its legacy on absurdist humor and fourth wall breaks, but this episode, this one, weaponizes those elements into something genuinely unsettling.
Wake up! Please, Ross, are you okay? Talk to me, Raj! Oh, what have I done to you?
And the wild part? It all starts with the Wattersons being hilariously oblivious while their entire world is about to get hijacked. While the Wattersons are driving to the mall, belting out the goofiest song you've ever heard, something catastrophic is happening in the parking lot shadows. Rob is about to acquire God Mode powers. And when we say God Mode, we mean it literally. Some sketchy vendor in a van is handing over a universal remote with a warning straight out of a horror movie.
Be careful with this universal remote. It has a power only a fool would not fear.
This has power only a fool wouldn't fear. Rob's like, cool, I'll use it for TVs, DVD players, and vengeance. Because of course he throws vengeance in there. Points for honesty, Rob. The vendor tries to snatch it back, but Rob's already pressing buttons. One button press later, and the entire van spasms and glitches out of reality like a corrupted video file. The vendor, gone, erased, vaporized. The remote actually works, and Rob just became the most dangerous character in the show. Now here's where it gets absolutely insane. Rob can pause time, rewind reality, mess with subtitles, change languages, and even adjust brightness. He's not just powerful, he's literally controlling the TV show from inside the TV show. This is like if a video game character found the developer console and started typing commands. He starts messing around immediately, because of course he does. Money explodes from an ATM like a slot machine jackpot, sprinklers activate in the middle of a clear day. We even see him literally toggling between day and night like he's flipping a light switch. Rob's having the time of his life, just breaking physics for fun. But then, he hits rewind and doesn't stop. He rewinds through the episode's opening, through the title card, through the actual Cartoon Network commercial break. He even rewinds so far back, he crashes into a previous episode, The Nobody, where Gumball accidentally left him trapped in the void. Rob watches that memory play out, remembers getting his body mangled and his voice ruined. And you can see the exact moment his face goes from, "This is fun," to, "I'm about to ruin this cat's entire life."
You turned me into the villain Gumball Watterson. You left me with this broken body.
Gumball created this villain on accident. Now, Rob's got a reality remote and a grudge. Rob follows the Wattersons to the mall and immediately starts his revenge speedrun. The first thing he does is make them crash their car in the most absurd way possible. He pauses the family mid-drive as if they're frozen like statues, then unpauses every other car in the parking lot. The Wattersons get absolutely demolished in a multi-car pileup that comes out of nowhere.
It's the worst that can happen.
When time resumes for them, Nicole is furious. From her perspective, they were just driving normally and then boom, car crash. She blames Gumball entirely because he was messing with a window right before impact.
Everyone is happy because they realize it was my fault, and even if it was, I wouldn't have done it on purpose, and therefore they forgive. I told you to stop!
Gumball's trying to explain he didn't do anything, but how do you say, actually, my nemesis paused time and orchestrated all this without sounding completely insane? At this point, Nicole's screaming in that gibberish rage language. The whole family's disappointed, and they just walk away from him. That was the first emotional gut punch complete.
I'm so angry I can't think of words, so I'm just gonna make sounds.
Gumball's been framed for a crime he didn't commit, and the jury was his own family. Inside the mall, Gumball and Darwin hit up the video game store to cheer up. They've got $2 whole for a bargain bin game. Living large. Darwin picks up extreme tractor racing. Yes, that's a real game in this episode. And that's when Rob executes possibly the cruelest move ever. Subtitles. He activates subtitles. Like actual closed captions appear beneath Gumball's feet, except they're saying things Gumball never said. Specifically, they're saying that if the family hadn't adopted Darwin, they'd have more money for games.
If we hadn't adopted him, we would have enough money. Are you serious?
Basically calling Darwin a financial burden. Darwin reads them out loud because he thinks they're Gumball's actual thoughts, and his face just crumbles. Gumball is frantically trying to deny it, but Rob keeps generating more cruel subtitles faster than Gumball can explain this is not what's happening. Each new caption cuts deeper. Darwin starts crying, genuinely believing his brother resents him, and then he just runs off.
Am I stupid? Dude, what's wrong with you?
In a normal episode, they'd have a misunderstanding and fix it with a dumb song by the end credits. Not this time. Rob just manufactured real trauma between brothers using literal text manipulation. That's just diabolical. But wait, there's more. Rob's not done destroying this family just yet. He targets the parents next. Using parental controls, he removes Nicole and Richard's filters completely. They start saying every unfiltered thought in their heads. It escalates from bickering to genuinely hurtful stuff until Richard drops the bomb.
Your mother and I have come to an agreement. I'm getting a donut and she's getting a better husband.
What?
Nicole storms off. Richard realizes what he just said and chases after her, wailing. Anais facepalms at her ridiculous parents and runs after them, trying to prevent further disaster. In under 5 minutes, Rob has successfully scattered the entire Watterson's family across the mall like bowling pins. Darwin's heartbroken, parents separated, Anais is playing damage control. Gumball's standing there alone like, what just happened to my life? And somehow it gets even worse. Gumball spots his girlfriend Penny and tries to get help. Rob sees this and just turns off the lights. He drops the mall's brightness to 0, everything goes dark, and in the chaos, Gumball crashes into Sarah. You know, that ice cream cone who's obsessed with him? And they accidentally kiss, right as Penny shows up. Penny sees her boyfriend smooching another girl. Gumball tries to explain it was a total accident, and yeah, maybe she'd believe him, except Rob switches Gumball's language to Cantonese mid-sentence. Suddenly, Gumball's speaking fluent Chinese without understanding a single word. To Penny, it sounds like her boyfriend's just spouting nonsense to avoid responsibility. She starts crying and runs away. Gumball chases Penny, almost catching up to her. He's about to explain everything properly, and that's when Rob decides to end it all. He hits fast forward. Gumball rockets forward at superhuman speed like a blue missile and slams into Penny. The impact launches her off the second-floor balcony. She falls. The camera follows her down in slow motion while Gumball reaches out helplessly, and she crashes into the ground floor. The camera pulls back, showing the complete devastation. Penny's unconscious below, Richard surrounded by comfort donuts like a depressed cartoon cliche, Nicole's already got some random guy's arm around her shoulders, apparently test driving that better husband concept, and Anais sitting somewhere, crying alone. And then everything freezes. Rob's paused time again. The entire mall is now a freeze frame of tragedy. Now if you were Gumball, this would literally be your worst nightmare.
I did warn you.
Your girlfriend's hurt because you slammed into her, your best friend thinks you hate him, your parents have split up, your entire family's destroyed. And then Rob just casually walks out of the frozen crowd, remote in hand, ready to villain monologue about his victory. It feels like this episode just went from cartoon to psychological horror movie. Rob finally reveals himself in the frozen mall. Gumball demands to know why he's doing this. Rob launches into full villain mode. He never wanted to be the bad guy. He just wanted to exist. Maybe even get his own spin-off show. But Gumball abandoned him in the void. So now villainy is literally the only role he has left.
But I never wanted to be the villain. I wanted to be the cute sidekick who gets his own plush toy in a spin-off show.
While he's monologuing, Rob's actively directing the episode. He adds cinematic black bars, adjusts the aspect ratio, even changes the contrast. The villain is actually controlling the show's cinematography in real time. It's meta, it's creative, and it's deeply unsettling. Gumball is not having it. He cuts off Rob mid-speech and just summarizes what Rob was about to say anyway.
Heard it all before. Poor little me, blah blah blah, you never wanted to be the villain, yada yada, I made you this way, etc etc.
It's a small moment of defiance, but it shows Gumball's spirit hasn't completely died. Rob loses it. He tears open a portal to the void. That purple swirling dimension of forgotten things right there in the middle of the mall. He charges at Gumball trying to shove him through, and they fight for the remote. Buttons get smashed randomly during the struggle. The background music suddenly switches to sultry saxophone, which Gumball quickly changes to heroic orchestra. Speed settings fluctuate wildly. Animation styles glitch. It's like they're literally fighting for control of the episode itself. Gumball wins the struggle and grabs the remote. In a moment of pure adrenaline and anger, he aims at Rob and hits eject. Remember when Rob used eject on the ATM and cash flew out? Well, used on a person, it's way more intense. A beam blasts Rob directly into the void portal. Rob's body stretches and distorts and he's sucked into oblivion, screaming. Gumball stands there victoriously for exactly 3 seconds before his arm starts disappearing. Then his tail. Parts of him are actively fading away. Reality is collapsing. And worse, Gumball realizes what he just did. He sent someone to eternal nothingness.
I just doomed the guy with no family or friends to an eternity in limbo and made a stupid quip about it. I've become the villain.
Even after everything Rob did, Gumball can't live with that. So he makes an insane decision. He dives into the void after Rob. Because apparently, saving your nemesis is just what heroes do. The void is this cosmic junkyard of forgotten cartoon characters and discarded plot elements. Gumball's tumbling through it, barely managing to catch the remote as it falls with him. He's trying to fix everything when some random debris smacks him and knocks the remote out of his reach. He spots Rob clinging to a floating piece of their school. Gumball reaches out, begging Rob to take his hand, but Rob refuses. He genuinely believes he belongs here with the other mistakes. He's given up completely.
This is where my story ends. I belong here with the rest of the universe's mistakes.
Gumball does not accept this. He pushes forward even as he's literally disintegrating. His fingers fade away entirely, and in desperation, he hurls the remote towards Rob. Rob catches it, and for one terrifying moment, his finger hovers over the power button. He could end the entire universe right now out of pure spite, but he doesn't. Maybe Gumball's sacrifice actually meant something. Rob aims the remote at both of them and hits rewind. Reality spirals backward. They're back in the mall minutes before everything went wrong. The car's fine, the family's singing, nothing's broken yet. Rob and Gumball share this quiet moment, and Gumball asks how they fix it permanently.
So, how are we gonna sort out this mess?
Not we. This is for me to fix. I'm going to go back in time.
Even though it means Gumball won't remember and they'll go back to being strangers or even enemies. Gumball nods, understanding. Rob rewinds to the van back to the beginning and smashes the universal remote to pieces. The Wattersons drive past in the background singing happily, completely oblivious to how close they came to total destruction. Rob watches them go, alone again, having saved everyone while losing his only shot at connection. To be continued appears on screen, which is ominous as hell, by the way. The next episode picks up with the Wattersons in the car again, same song, same trip, except Gumball's getting weird flashbacks. He remembers fragments of Rob destroying everything. The reset wasn't clean. Gumball is retaining memories he shouldn't have. Reality glitched.
First, the car was destroyed. Everyone was angry at me, but it wasn't my fault. Then I lost Darwin, Anais, Penny, and Mom and Dad broke up.
At the mall, Gumball tries preventing the disasters. When Rob activates subtitles at the game store, Gumball literally grabs the floating letters mid-air and rearranges them into a warning. Rob is here. It's a trap. Darwin reads it and dodges just as Rob tries to eject him from reality. The beam misses and hits Banana Joe instead, briefly erasing him.
Watch out!
Dark, but also kind of hilarious in that messed up Gumball way. But the timeline is unstable. Something's catastrophically wrong. Anais starts disappearing. Her arms vanish first, then her legs. She's being erased piece by piece while still running around. In one final desperate move, she launches herself at Rob and bites his arm before completely vanishing with a fading scream. Gumball and Darwin collapse crying. Then, moments later, they can barely remember who they were crying about. It turns out their sister is being deleted from their memories as well. That's existential horror wrapped in a kid's cartoon. Before they can process it, Darwin starts convulsing. The same thing's happening to him. His legs shrink away and he reverts back to an ordinary goldfish, the pet they found before he evolved. He's gasping on the floor, unable to breathe. Gumball cradles him as Darwin suffocates. Yeah, this Cartoon Network show just depicted a main character dying while his brother holds him. Who approved this episode? It's brilliant and traumatizing. Rob's standing there, mocking Gumball's loss. That's the final straw. Something snaps in Gumball. He charges with absolute fury. Rob fast forwards, sending Gumball hurling into Penny again, knocking her off the ledge like history repeating itself. Rob pauses time with everything frozen in tragedy. When Rob starts his villain speech this time, Gumball immediately cuts him off. Yeah, heard it already. Rob's completely thrown off. The fight's shorter because Gumball knows how to win now. He ejects Rob into the void again. But victory means nothing. Darwin died. Anais is erased. Gumball starts fading himself. With literally nothing left, he jumps into the void again, throws the remote to Rob, and screams at him to fix everything. Rob does. He rewinds them back, tells Gumball they could have been friends in another timeline, then goes back and destroys the remote again. Everyone's saved. Rob's alone with the knowledge of what almost happened. Flash forward to the series finale, Superintendent Evil arrives at school, a live-action human in this cartoon world, which is already unsettling, systematically turning students into bland, realistic humans. He's draining their cartoon nature. Gumball and Darwin fight back and eventually unmask him. It's Rob. He was trying to save them by making everyone normal. So the universe wouldn't delete them for being too weird. But he was too late. The sky turns to static, the void descends, and the entire world starts erasing like corrupted data. Rob whispers in despair, "Oh no, it started." The ground cracks beneath him. Gumball reaches out but can't hold on. Rob falls into the void as static consumes everything. The series ends on that freeze frame, Rob being erased as their world collapses.
Oh no, it started.
That's it. That's how the show ends. No resolution, just apocalypse. But here's what really happened. The signal warned us the world was glitching. The disaster is when Rob tore reality open with that remote. Yeah, he destroyed it and reset everything, but the damage was permanent. Evidence? Gumball remembers the first timeline. That shouldn't be possible if everything reset cleanly. Those cracks from the disaster slowly widened until the Inquisition, when complete collapse occurred. Rob destroying the remote might have destabilized the entire universe terminally, like removing critical code from broken software. The world deteriorated until the void consumed everything. Rob knew it was coming. That's why he tried normalizing everyone.
Transformation is the only chance they have of escaping to the other place when this world...
But Gumball stopped him, and in doing so, sealed everyone's fate. The disaster wasn't just an intense episode, it was the apocalypse in slow motion. Rob's reality manipulation cracked the entire universe's foundation, and by the finale, the crack became the canyon that swallowed everything. The show ended with reality being erased because the show itself was ending. Meta commentary executed to its darkest conclusion. Rob tried to save them and failed. Gumball and Darwin were just kids in a reality that was broken from the start. So, what do you think? Did Rob's remote actually break the universe, or was it already doomed? Drop your theories in the comments. And if you enjoyed the deep dive into cartoon existential horror, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more cartoon breakdowns.